You ready? Good morning. My name is Kevin Wagner. I'm the Code Enforcement Special Magistrate. For today's hearing, I want to begin by explaining how the process is going to work. I generally hear building cases on the agenda first, and the city will call the cases as they appear on the agenda. If you've appeared at today's hearing, your case will be called before other cases where no one has appeared. If your case is called, I ask that you come down to the podium on my right-hand side, right over here. The city will put on its testimony and evidence first. You'll have an opportunity to review the evidence and ask questions of the city's witnesses. You'll also have the opportunity to testify and present me with any of your own evidence. Once I have all the testimony and evidence, I will make a ruling. I will enter a written order today at the hearing or in the next few days, which you will receive a copy of. If you have any questions as we go through the process, please feel free to ask them. This is not a formal courtroom. The formal rules of evidence do not apply here. Although this is not a formal courtroom, all testimony today is taken under oath under penalty of perjury. So if you're going to testify, or you think you might testify, or there's a possibility that you might testify, I'm going to ask that you rise and raise your right hand so that I can swear you in. You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be truthful and accurate under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Florida. Yes, please be seated. So you can call their first case.
Case number 10, CE 250-63630, case address 919 2nd Street.
Is there someone here?
Yes, the complainant is here. All right, good morning. Donald Lattimore, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement Officer. This case was initiated as the result of a complaint received via phone. The complaint was provided by a tenant who referenced issues with damaged/broken windows, missing window screens, broken steps, and plumbing issue associated with the property. This property was identified as 919 2nd Street, and the property is occupied. On May 28th of 2025, I completed an inspection with the tenant who is currently present and observed the following violations: 18102.3, missing window screens; 18103B, condition of the structure, in particular the rotten/damaged wood around the window; 18103F, condition of the structure to repair the exterior stairway steps; 18103E, condition of the structure to repair and make weather-tight windows; 744C5, to clean the property of the garden waste, in particular the leaves; 22-32A, no certificate of use; and 22-441, no rental license. The city issued a notice of violation to the property owner, which identified the violations, my contact information, as well as notice of this hearing date. That notice of violation was noticed by certified and regular mail on June 6th of 2025 by the city clerk. The notice of violation was signed for on June 12th of 2025 by the registered agent listed on Florida SunBiz. I posted the notice of violation at the property and City Hall on June 6th of 2025. I also completed the affidavit of posting on June 6th of 2025. I revisited the property on July 14th of 2025 and observed the property not to be in compliance with the following code sections. All of the code sections are still outstanding except 18103F. The steps have been repaired. That's the only violation that has been repaired. All right. I took the photographs at the initial investigation and when I revisited the property. The following photographs accurately and truthfully depict the violations I observed during my investigation. The property owner is not present, but I made contact with the property manager, Adriana, on July 15th of 2025. During that time frame, all violations were explained, how to comply them, as well as this special magistrate hearing. Per Adriana, her management team did not receive the notice of violation and would like to request an additional 60 days to comply. The city is requesting 60 days to comply the case. If no compliance, $150 per day. Also, in the case file are photos received from the tenant and / complainant who is here and would like to testify on those photographs since I did not take the photographs.
Okay. Is the person here?
Yes, I'm sorry, my mistake.
Oh.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ma'am, can you state your name, please?
Good morning.
My name is Inger Lamont.
Can you speak a little bit closer to the mic?
Inger Lamont. Can I turn it down a little bit?
Yes, do you mind spelling your last name, or both names rather, for the record,
First
please?
name Inger, last name Lemont.
Thank you. May I inquire, Special Magistrate?
Please do.
And you've seen the photographs that's been shown on the, by the code enforcement officer this morning?
Yes,
And did you take those photographs? And you personally observed also the violations in
Yes.
that in those photographs? And do those photographs truthfully and accurately depict the violations that's being
they do.
referenced here?
yes.
And do you live in the property? You're
I
the
do.
tenant?
Well, most of the time I do.
Or are you the tenant?
I am.
Okay, thank you. Nothing further, Special Magistrate, for this witness?
Is that it?
I don't have anything to inquire. I mean, do you want to testify as the photo? I mean,
Well,
go ahead.
photos, the ones that I took were the ones with the bees inside, which is the reason that this all came about, because when I call them, it's always something going on in that place, but I called them, I never really made a big stink about it, but I just feel like the management was being condescending and just being rude. Just imagine living in a house that's 100 years old where the windows don't open, okay? There's no ventilation in there. Right now, there's no air. It's like every few weeks there's something going on. Well, I called about the bees, and when they came, of course I'm gonna sweep the bees up. They were there last year, and I told them about it. Okay, the bees inside the apartment. I have my grandkids there who have severe allergies. I heard something, I'm like, what is that noise? My granddaughter freaked out, ran in the bathroom screaming because she knows what happens if she gets stung, okay? So I called them to tell them that the bees was there. She made me feel like it was my responsibility to take care of them. She said, per the lease, that I'm responsible for insects. Well, those are not insects. Those are not roaches or anything, which I don't have. The bees came from outside, from a larger hive or somewhere. I don't know, because like I said, they were there the year before. The apartment upstairs was infested with those same bees.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anything further from the code enforcement officer?
Yes, Special Magistrate, everyone, I made a slight mistake. 744C5, the cleaning the property of the leaves, was also complied. So out of all of the violations, 744C5 as well as 18103F are complied.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nothing further. Special Magistrate, we're asking for the code enforcement officer's testimony in addition to the complainant be accepted into the record as evidence, as well as the photographs, please.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name, please?
Sure, I'm Adriana Rooms.
Did you say Adriana Rose?
Rooms, Rhooms. First name is Adrianna.
Ms. Rose, what is your position with the respondent?
I am,
Excuse me, Special Magistrate, I don't believe she was sworn in. I think
I
she
was
came
not,
in.
I just came, when you guys,
All right, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be truthful and accurate under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Florida?
yes.
Ms. Rose, do you have any objection to the photos, documents, and testimony that was presented?
I have no objections to that.
All right, without objection, I'll accept into evidence the evidence case file in this case and the documents, photos submitted by the city, a city's composite exhibit. So tell me what's going on here.
Well, we are the property management company, and we were made aware of this yesterday, and we are requesting additional time. And the reason why we get notification is because on Papa, the registered address is for the same property that the tenants live in. So that needs to be updated. So the contact information does need to be updated.
The city wants to give you 60 days. Is that enough time to do this?
Perfect time.
All right, in case CE 250-63630, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I found the property in violation of Code Sections 2232A, 18102.3, 18103E, 18103B, and 22441. I hereby adopt by reference the testimony of the code officers to the nature of those violations. Give the respondent 60 days to bring the property in compliance, or a fine of up to $150 per day may issue. Please stay in contact with the code enforcement officer so he can know when you're in compliance, okay?
Thank you very much.
Special Magistrate, I'm so sorry. In light of the bees being an urgent situation.
Oh, that one's already been cured.
Okay,
All of
that's already
those
been complied
been
with?
cured.
Almost?
No, it's cured.
Okay,
It's
thank you.
done.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.
So your testimony is the Bs have been addressed?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Case number 12, CE 250-53506, case address 4111 Greenwood Avenue.
Good morning. Code Officer KT Weaver with the City of West Palm Beach.
Good morning.
While patrolling the area at 4111 Greenwood Avenue, I observed several violations at 4111 Greenwood Avenue. I took photos of the property which accurately and truthfully depict the violations observed. I initiated my investigation on May the 2nd of 2025, citing the following violations. 74-34-A-1-H, trash can in public view, which has been complied. 18-106-G, paint, which has been complied. 18-106-L, landscape requirements. 78-94-C, swells and parkways. 94-442-E, landscaping of swells and parkways. 94-71-C, outdoor storage. 18-106-A, clean and sanitary. 94-446-2-E, edging. The notice of violation was posted on the property and City Hall on June the 26th of 2025. The affidavit of posting was completed on June the 26th of 2025, and a copy was placed in the case file. Certified and regular mail was sent to the mailing address listed on PAPA on May the 6th of 2025. The certified mail was returned. I revisited the property on July the 15th of 2025 and observed the property still in violation of 18106-L, 78-94-C, 94-44-E, 94-71-C, 18-106-A, and 94-446-2-E. Reinspection photos were taken showing the remaining violation. They were uploaded to the case file. I have spoken to the property owner on this morning, and we went over what's remaining and what needs to be done. She is requesting, as well as the city is requesting, an additional 45 days to gain compliance, or $100 a day until compliance is achieved.
Thank you so much. Nothing further, Special Magistrate. We're asking at this time that the code enforcement officer's testimony, the photographs, and the case file be admitted into the record as evidence, please.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name, please?
Lisa William Horns, Hornes.
Ms. Holmes, do you have any objections to the documents or testimony of the city?
No.
Without objection, I'll accept into evidence the evidentiary case file in this case, including all the city's documents and photos into evidence, the city's composite exhibit.
Yes.
So the city says you need 45 days to bring this into compliance?
Yes.
Do you understand what you need to do?
Yes. They almost completed.
Okay. Officer Weaver, the outstanding sections,
Yes, sir.
7894, that's the swale.
78 Yes, the Parkway area. Basically, as I explained to her, the majority of what needs to be done in those areas are the trimming, edging, and also there are a couple of bare areas also on the property and in the back end of the Parkway area. But
Just so that I'm clear, can you just go through again which sections are still at issue? I've got 4 of them, but I think there were 2 and you moved pretty quick.
I'll tell you the 2 that's complied, and then the rest are, and I think it'll be a little easier.
All right, that'll
Okay.
do too.
Okay, so 78-34-A-1-H, the trash can in public view has been complied. And 18-106-G, the painting has been done, and so that's complied.
All right. And Ms. Worms, you know exactly what you need to do?
Yes.
All right. All right, in case CE 25053506, I make the following findings of fact and life find notice is sufficient. I found the property in violation of the code sections listed by the code officer. I adopt by reference a testimony of the code officer as to the nature of those violations. I give the respondent 45 days to bring the property into compliance, or a fine of up to $100 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
We have case number 11, but it looks like it's compliant with the agenda. Are we still calling it forward? The individual is not here. Horace Bryant. Okay, thank you.
My favorite kind.
Do we want to put it on the record as being complied, or we'll wait to do all the complied ones?
We can wait.
It doesn't matter either way.
Don't call it.
You want to call it?
Wait when they go in order. You call it? Okay. Case number 8. Thank you. I'm sorry. Case number 11. Let me out of whack there. CE 250-53498. Case address 4007 Windsor Avenue has been complied.
Okay.
Next one is case number 8, CE 250-53592. We don't have a case address in this case.
It's 2701 north of Rosemary Ave.
All right.
407.
I got you. All right, good morning. Donald Lattimore, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement Officer. Please make note that case addendum item number 8, code case CE 250-53592. The property address listed on property appraisal is 2701 Rosemary Avenue. There was an issue with the EPL system for code case entry that was not syncing the address to the property appraisal. With that being said, this case was cited using the parcel number. The parcel number associated with the property is 74-309-060-130-200. The City of West Palm Beach addressing coordinator has been made aware of the issue, and she's in the process of getting the address to sync properly with the parcel number inside of our system. With that being said, while on routine patrol, I observed a vacant lot within the industrial district paved without an appropriate permit. This lot is vacant. I initiated my investigation on May 22nd of 2025 and observed the following violation: 18-214D, unpaved areas of a vacant property. The city issued a notice of violation to the property owner, which identified the violations, my contact information, and notice of this hearing date. The notice of violation was noticed by certified and regular mail on May 28th of 2025 by the city's clerk. And I posted the notice of violation at the property and City Hall on May 29th of 2025. I completed the affidavit of posting on May 29th of 2025, and it is in the case file. I revisited the property on June 26 of 2025 and observed the property not to be in compliance with the following code section: 18214D, unpaved areas of the vacant property. This particular violation will require a site plan to be completed by planning and zoning, since the property vacant lot is being altered. I took the photographs at the initial investigation, and when I revisited the property, the photographs show that the violation still exists on the property, and these photographs accurately and truthfully depict the violation that I observed during my investigation. The property owner is present, and I have been in contact with Mr. Edward Martinez, who is the property owner. We last made contact in person on July 14th, 2025, while at City Hall, and he started a process to obtain the necessary permit review and process to have the vacant lot approved to be paved. During our meeting, the violation was discussed, how to comply it, as well as this special magistrate hearing. Mr. Martinez did request additional time to comply this case. We also discussed daily fines. So the city is requesting 120 days to comply. If no compliance, $100 per day fine.
Great, thank you. And you believe the 120 days is a reasonable time?
I think it's reasonable, but the city will be open to additional time if needed, given the process that he has to take to comply the case.
Okay.
I was actually going to ask if I can get 6 months, because it is a big project. Seeing if I can get that approved.
Okay, thank you. Nothing further, Special Magistrate. We're asking for the code enforcement officer's testimony, the case file, as well as the photographs taken be admitted into the record as evidence, please.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
My name, Edward Martinez.
Mr. Martinez, what is your position with the respondent?
Excuse me? What is my position in the respondent?
Yeah.
I want to comply and bring it up to code. See if
No. What is how are you related to MTZ Investments Group?
It's my company.
Okay, you're the owner of the company?
Yeah.
Do you have any objection to the documents, testimony, or evidence the city has submitted?
I do not.
Without objection, I'll accept and evidence the evidentiary case file in this case, including the photographs and documents submitted by the city as city's composite exhibit.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're trying to permit this? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. I want to get the right permits for it.
And you want 180 days?
Yeah. Well, is that, yeah, that's the 6 months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, it's early in the morning.
And what's the city's position on 180 days?
We're okay with it. If the site plan does not go through, the only way to comply the case after that would be to pull up all of the paved material and replace the entire lot back to its original, the original layout, which would be to sod the entire parkway. So if he's not approved, that's the only other way to comply it. So 6 months, 180 days, the city is okay with it.
Okay. I'm going to give you the 6 months, but even though that's a lot of time with permitting, that can go pretty quickly, so you should probably stay quite on top of this.
Will do.
Yeah. All right, in CE 2505592, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I found the property in violation of 18214D, paving an area without a permit. Respondent has 180 days to bring the property into compliance, or a fine of up to $100 per day may issue. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Case number 6, CE 250-73775, case address 3001 Tuxedo Avenue. Magistrate, this young lady was not sworn in either.
Is anyone else not sworn in? Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be truthful and accurate under penalty of perjury and the laws of the state of Florida?
I do.
Go ahead.
Good morning. Officer Forestier, West Palm Beach Code Compliance. This property was cited on 7/1/25. Certified mail was sent on 7/3/25. Certified mail has been returned on 7/5/25. Both property and City Hall was posted on 7/7/25. I have been in contact with the owner, and the owner is here. The property was cited for 78-1 obstructing right-of-way, 105.1 failure to secure the containers for the property. We spoke, and she would request 45 days to go ahead and get the containers off the city swell, as well as an application was put in for permits for the containers. So we're asking $100 a day after the 30 days if it's not complied, but you want 45.
Okay, great, thank you. Did you go over the notices that they were mailed, posted? Okay, I may have missed it, sorry. And you believe 45 days is a reasonable amount of time to bring the property in compliance?
I believe so.
Okay, nothing further, Special Magistrate. At this time, we're asking for the code enforcement officer's testimony, the photographs presented, as well as the case file to be admitted into the record as evidence, please, barring any objections.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name, please?
Victoria Black.
One more time, a little slower.
Victoria Black.
Ms. Black, what is your relationship with VCO Realty, Inc.?
I work as a project manager.
You're the property manager?
Project manager.
Project manager, okay. Ms. Black, do you have any objections to the testimony, documents, or evidence submitted by the city?
I do not.
Without objection, I'll accept the testimony, evidence, and documents submitted by the city as city's composite exhibit 1 into evidence. So the city says that you need a building permit and you got to stop blocking the right-of-way.
Yes,
And they want to give you 45 days. Is that a sufficient amount of time for you, ma'am?
that is.
Okay. In case CE 250-73775, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 105.1 and 78-1, blocking the right-of-way and failure to obtain a building permit. Respondent has 45 days to bring the property into compliance, or a fine of up to $100 per day may issue. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
I think that concludes everyone that's present today, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, case number 1, CE 240-72372, case address 619 45th Street.
Good morning, Santa Middle School Compliance Officer for the City of West Palm Beach. During my vehicle patrol, property 619 45th Street was cited on June 26, 2025. Service was accomplished by both regular and certified mail sent on June 26, 2025. Certified mail was signed for on July 8, 2025. In addition, both the property and City Hall were posted on June 30, 2025. I have been in contact with the property owner, and just to give you a backstory, this property a courtesy was extended in July of 2024 for the following violations: 94-71-C outdoor storage, 94-442-C-1 open area, 94-482-A unpaved parking. As of yesterday, the property has not come into compliance. Therefore, the city is asking for an additional 14 days or $100 per day.
How many days?
14 days, 2 weeks,
Or how much?
100. The last conversation I had with the property owner was on July 10th, and she informed me that over the weekend, the past weekend, she would have it done. So it's not done.
Are all 3 code sections still at issue?
Yes. Nothing has been complied.
They're still parking that giant truck on the grass, is that it?
Yes.
Sorry, counsel.
No, that's okay, Special Magistrate. Nothing further. At this time, we're asking for the code enforcement officer's testimony, the photographs presented, and the case file be accepted into the record as evidence, please.
Without objection, I'll accept in evidence the evidentiary case file, including the testimony, pictures, and documents submitted by the city into evidence, the city's composite exhibit. What's the outdoor storage?
The outdoor store is the furniture, the indoor furniture, which should be outside, and there is some board wood structure to the side of the property with ladders underneath it. Right
All
there.
right. In case C, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Right there, yes.
In case C 240-72372, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of the listed code sections: outdoor storage, landscape area must be grass, and parking requirements. Respondent has 14 days to bring the property in compliance, or a fine of $100 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Case number 2, CE 250-53576, case address 1707 Georgia Avenue A.
That case is complied.
Case is complied. Case number 3, CE 250-63624, case address 243 Wanoa Place, complied. Case number 4, CE 2.
Case, who complied it?
Excuse me, 1 second.
3, yeah.
Let's go back. Case number 3, CE 250-63624, case address 243 Wanoa Place.
Good morning.
Morning.
Code Enforcement Officer Richard Pasmino, presenting this case that was created by Code Officer Sonia Binns. This case was cited on June 4th, 2025. It was a result of an email complaint that she had received. That email is attached in the file. Certified mail was sent out June 6th, 2025. It was signed, received on June 11th, 2025. In addition, the property and City Hall were both posted. The affidavit of posting was completed. It's notarized and attached in the case file. The date of posting was June 4th, 2025. I have done my full review of this case when it was assigned to me yesterday, and I had made my way out yesterday to re-inspect the property. This case was cited for code violations 7434A2D for commercial garbage can enclosure, 94485E surfacing of parking loading spaces, and 78-1 obstruction of the right-of-way. The commercial garbage can was being stored on the sidewalk, and there was no garbage can enclosure at the time. As of yesterday, during my inspection, the code section 78-1, obstruction of the right-of-way, has been complied. But the way they did it, they erected a garbage can enclosure without permit. I spoke with the contractors on the property, and over the phone, once I got back to the office, I explained the violations remaining, what needs to be done to bring the property into compliance, and agreed to a time frame of 180 days or a fine of 250 days. The surfacing and parking loading is currently under review. They have a paving permit in our system, currently under review, and they need to obtain a new permit for the garbage can enclosure and to do the necessary work to meet the city's requirements.
So you want to give them 180 days?
180 days, yes.
Or
$250?
$250.
Yes, correct.
I figured he meant dollars and not days.
Oh, I switched it up?
Yeah, that's okay. You said 250 days. Thank you. And you're stating that the property owner is in agreement with 180 days, and you believe that's a reasonable time, an amount of time?
The contractors who are working on the project had said that's enough time to pull the permits and get the work done.
Okay.
And the city agrees.
And regarding 78-1, the obstruction of right-of-way, you stated it's been complied. Are we going to cite them for the lack of obtaining the permit? Or that's not going to be
Not for
cited?
78-1.
Okay.
78-1 is complied. The 7434A2D is still in violation because the enclosure they have is not permitted.
Okay, I thought you said something with the obstruction, that they complied, but they did not do a permit to
They
bring that in.
complied by moving the trash can off of the sidewalk.
Okay.
They didn't do it correctly.
Okay, okay, all right. Thank you. Nothing further, Special Magistrate. We're asking for the code enforcement officer's testimony. the photographs, as well as the case file to be admitted into the record as evidence, please.
So admitted, yeah, I got you. They moved the trash can so it's not blocking the right-of-way, so it's no longer a 78-1, but since they didn't get a permit, they didn't actually comply with 7434 AD 2D.
Correct.
Okay.
I got you.
Thanks.
All right, in CE 250-63624, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 7434A2D. The commercial enclosure needs to be permitted in 94485E. The surface for the parking area needs to be repaired and properly permitted. Respondent has 180 days to bring the property in compliance for a fine of $250 per day measure.
Thank you.
Case number 4, CE 250-53582, case address 641 34th Street has been complied. Case number 5, CE 250-63663, case address 2142 Ware Drive.
Good morning.
Morning again.
Welcome back.
Officer Forestier, West Palm Beach Code Compliance. This property was cited on 6/10/25. Certified mail was sent on 6/11/25. Certified mail has not returned. Both property and the city was posted on 6/11/25. I have not been in contact with the owner. This property was cited for 18-106-K, landscaping areas needing solder grass, 94-442E, city swell areas needing sod and grass. City requests 30 days for compliance and $100 a day after for compliance is not achieved.
Thanks. Did you have any communication with the property owner?
No.
Okay. And you posted the notice on the property?
Correct.
Do you know if it was removed or is it still there?
It was moved.
It was removed?
Yeah.
Okay.
As of yesterday, I went by, and it's still
It
the
was
same.
not there.
It looks like they tried to put sod on the swell, which they did, but then they started driving over it, so it's kind of like right back to non-compliant.
Okay. Thanks. Nothing further, Special Magistrate. We're asking for the Code Enforcement Officer's testimony, the photographs taken, as well as the case file to be admitted into the record as evidence, please.
Without objection, I'll accept those in evidence, the city's composite exhibit. So basically, we're talking about grass on the landscape and grass on the swale.
Correct.
And how long did you want to give them?
30 days,
And the fine amount was?
100.
And you think that's reasonable?
Yes.
All right, in case CE 250-63660, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 18106K and 94442E, missing grass on both the landscaping and the swale. Respondent has 30 days to bring the property in compliance or a fine of $100 per day measure.
Case number CE 250-63687, case address 5509 Garden Avenue.
Richard Pasmino, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement Officer. The property at 5509 Garden Avenue was cited in result of an email complaint by a former tenant who provided photos, videos, evidence of violation of restriction upon land use. This case was created on June 12th, 2025. Certified mail was sent out June 13th, 2025. In addition, the property and City Hall were both posted on June 13th, 2025. The notarized affidavit of posting is attached to the case file and the photos as well. This property was originally cited for 94-442C1, landscaping of the front yard, 94-442E, landscaping of the parkway, 94-71C, outdoor storage, visible to the public, 94-6, restrictions upon land use. That was for the property and its additional structures being used as additional dwelling units, multifamily situation. And 18106A, trash and debris on the property, and 74-4C5 for clean up to the center of the right-of-way of all vegetative debris. I have been in contact with the property owner who lives out of state and her property management company, and I met them at the property on 7/14. And as of then, and as of today, violations, violations 9471C, outdoor storage, have complied. 94-6, restrictions upon land use, has complied. And 18106A has complied. The three remaining violations are 94-442C1, 94-442E, and 74-4C5 for the vegetative debris in the front yard, in the parkway, and that's not my photo, and grass needing to be laid down. The city's recommending 30 additional days or a fine of $100 a day after. The owner intends on planting seed in the required areas, and we went over all the violations and explained that, if the seed does not take, they would need to lay sod. Nothing further for that.
And the property is being rented?
The property has a rental license for single-family home. That's all they're allowed to do. The property management company provided me their current lease, which is to a single family with full access to the property. So they brought that section into compliance.
And you believe that the 30 days is a reasonable amount of time to bring it into compliance?
Yes, for the remaining violations, yes.
Okay, great, thank you. Nothing further. We're asking for the code enforcement officer's testimony, the case file, as well as the photographs taken to be admitted into the record as evidence, please.
Without objection, so admitted. Guess I don't have anything else to ask you. In case CE 25063687, make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient enough and the property in violation of 94442E, 9444C1, and 744C5, I adopt by reference testimony to the code officers the nature of those violations. Give the respondent 30 days to come to compliance, or a fine of $100 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Case number 9, CE 2505355, case address 932 31st Street.
Hey, good morning. Donald Lattimore, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement Officer. While on routine patrol, I observed overgrown grass and excessive dead vegetation at 932 31st Street. This property is vacant. I initiated my investigation on May 22nd, 2025, and observed the following violations. 18106B, excessive growth. 744C5, cleaning the excessive yard waste, which in this case is leaves. 94442C1, sodding the landscape. 7471C, removing outdoor storage. And 18215B, for abatement if the excessive growth is not cut. The city issued a notice of violation to the property owner, which identified the violations, my contact information, and notice of this hearing date. That notice of violation was noticed by certified and regular mail on May 22nd, 2025 by the city's clerk. I posted a notice of violation at the property and city hall on May 28th of 2025. I completed an affidavit of posting on May 28th of 2025 as well, and it is in the case file. I revisited the property on June 20th, 2025, July 7th, 2025, and July 14th of 2025, and observed the property not to be in compliance with the following code section. All of the code sections are still outstanding. I took the photographs at the initial investigation and when I revisited the property. The following photographs show that the violations still exist on the property, and these photographs accurately and truthfully depict the violations I observed during my investigation. The property owner is not present, but I made contact with the property owner daughters, Carrie and Joey, throughout the investigation. Per Joey, the property is in probate court right now. The violations were explained to both Carrie and Joey how to comply them, as well as this special magistrate hearing. With that being said, the city is requesting a split order. For code violation 9442C1, which is the sodding of the landscape, the city is requesting 45 days to comply. If no compliance, a $50 per day fine. For code violations 18106B, 744C5, 9471C, the city is requesting 14 days to comply. If no compliance, the city is requesting abatement. This property has a lot of vegetation surrounding it. The grass is continuing to grow. It was cut after I initiated the investigation, and it's already gaining height again, which can attract vermin, rodents, and other chronic nuisance throughout the community. So the city is requesting 14 days to comply those violations or abatement.
And you spoke with the property owner, you testified. Is she wanting to comply in 14 days? Is that a reasonable amount of time?
No, I have not spoke with the property owner. I have been in contact with the property owner's daughters.
Oh, daughters, okay.
And both of them were made aware of the violations, how to comply them, as well as the special magistrate in this hearing.
Is the property owner deceased?
Yes,
Okay.
the property owner is deceased.
Okay. And the daughters, and I think you testified that it's in probate, are the daughters willing and wanting to comply in 14 days, to your knowledge?
They are willing and wanting to comply the case. The issue is that the daughters live outside of the state of Florida. The 14 days for abatement is, they have not been consistent with getting the grass cut, trimmed, and keeping the property neat, which is a chronic nuisance for the surrounding neighbors in the area, because the grass is rapidly growing and the overgrowth is continuing to become excessive. So that's the 14 days or abatement to cut the grass, trim the excessive growth, and remove the outdoor storage.
Okay. Nothing further, Special Magistrate. We're asking for the code enforcement officer's testimony, the case file, and the photographs to be admitted into the record as evidence, please.
Without objection, so admitted. Officer Latimer, is it your opinion that the overgrowth has gotten to such an extent that it constitutes a threat to the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood?
That is correct, Special Magistrate, and which is the reason why I've been monitoring the property in the multiple re-inspections. Correct.
You believe it constitutes habitat for vermin and potentially for vagrants?
That is correct, given the amount of excessive growth and vegetation on the property. Correct.
All right, in case CE 25053585, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find the property in violation of 94442C1. All the landscaped areas have to be grass. I give the respondent 45 days to bring that into compliance or fine of $50 per day may issue. I further find the property in violation of 744C5, 9471C, and 18106B, specifically excessive growth and outdoor storage. I make further finding that said violations constitute a threat to the health, safety, and welfare of the city of West Palm Beach. I order the respondent to bring those into compliance within 14 days, or I authorize the city to enter the property and abate any and all of those violations. I hereby assess the cost of said abatement against the property and property owner.
Case number 14, we called 11, it was complied. Case number 13 has been complied, CE 250-63633, case address 2791 Village Boulevard, 201. Case number 14, CE 250-63636, case address 5834 58th Way.
Good morning, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement Officer Paul McFarland. On June 6th, I received a complaint from the tenant of 5834 58th Way. I then conducted an inspection of the interior and found outstanding violations. 18103I, equipment, relation to the air conditioner not working properly. I also observed 22-441 rental license violation. Additional violation 22-32-A, certificate of use. I also observed violation 18-102-2, sanitary condition of interior, standing water throughout the unit. I also observed 18-97-8, hot water heater. The hot water heater is not functioning properly and is in need of replacement. That does require a permit. I also observed 18-103-C. These are water damaged walls from the standing water in the unit. The property, as well as City Hall, was posted July 3rd, 2025. Certified mail was sent June 9th. Certified mail was returned June 25th. However, I have been in contact with the property owner and the property owner's son as of last Friday. They are requesting an additional 90 days to get the property back in their possession so they can go ahead and take care of the outstanding violations. They have since applied for the rental license and the certificate of use. They have stated to me once the repairs have been completed and the permit obtained for the hot water heater change out, they would contact me for a reinspection of the unit to comply the outstanding violations as well as the required inspection for the rental license. With that being said, city's recommending 90 days to bring the property into compliance or $200 a day until compliance is achieved. I did go over this with the owner's son, and he's in agreement with the 90 days as well.
And you believe that's a reasonable amount of time?
More than enough.
Okay, thank you. Nothing further, Special Magistrate. We're asking for the code enforcement officer's testimony, the photographs presented, as well as the case file to be admitted into the record as evidence, please.
So admitted. Case CE 250636636. I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 18103I. The AC is not working properly. 22441. There's no rental license. 22382A. There's no certificate of use. 18102. Clean and sanitary. 18978. The hot water heater is not in repair. And 18103C, there's water damage to the walls. Respondent has 90 days to bring the property into compliance or a fine of $200 per day may issue.
Case number 15, CE 250-63683, case address 2791 Village Boulevard 205.
Good morning, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On June 12th, I received a complaint from on-site management at the property located at 2791 Village Boulevard, Unit 205, that the unit is being rented without proper rental license. I've had contact with the tenant as well. I've also been inside the unit with the tenant as well as representative of the property owner. The property is still in violation of 22-441 rental license violation, 22-32-A certificate of use. The owner has since applied for the rental license, but upon conducting the rental inspection on July 10th, it did fail. A number of repairs need to be completed in the unit for it to pass the inspection. The property manager is requesting an additional 30 days. The property, as well as City Hall, was posted July 3rd, 2025. Certified mail as well as regular mail was sent June 12th. Certified mail was signed for June 25th. The property manager and the city are in agreement with the 30 days. With that being said, city is recommending 30 days to bring the property to compliance, or $200 a day until compliance is achieved.
Okay, thank you. Nothing further. Special Magistrate, we're asking for the code enforcement officer's testimony, the case file, as well as the photographs to be admitted into evidence into the record, please.
Without objection, so admitted. So this is just the rental license and certificate of use?
Yes, sir. There's some, like I said, there's repairs that need to be completed. So once that it's been completed and the property manager reaches out to me, we can re-inspect and get this complied.
And you both think 30 days is enough time to do all that?
That's what she stated.
All right, case CE 2506363, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 2232A and 22441. Rental license and certificate of use. Respondent for the rental. Respondent has 30 days to come into compliance, or a fine of up to $200 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I think we're on
That concludes the
hiatus till
agenda.
special man. Okay, so we're going to take a recess until the scheduled other matters. Is the city ready?
Sorry about that.
We are.
All right, I hereby call us back into order. This is the Code Enforcement Special Magistrate hearing for the City of West Palm Beach. Before we begin, I'm going to explain how the process is going to work. The cases are going to be called in the order in which they appear on the agenda. When you hear your case called, go ahead and proceed to the podium on my right-hand side. The city will introduce the case, and then you'll have an opportunity to ask me for specifically what you are asking me for. Most of these are, in the other matters, are requests for reduction of fines. So specifically, you should keep in mind as you come up here, specifically what you're asking me for, usually a number, and two, the justification or reason under the law and the code of the City of West Palm Beach in which I should do that. Please keep those things in mind. Once both sides have presented their cases, I will make my ruling. This is a quasi-judicial hearing, which means the formal rules of evidence do not apply here. However, all testimony is taken under oath under penalty of perjury. So if you're going to testify today, or you think there might testify, there's a possibility that you might testify, I'd ask that you rise and raise your right hand, and I can have you sworn in. Anyone that's going to talk? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be truthful and accurate under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Florida?
Yes.
All right, please be seated. All right, the city can call their first one.
Case number 16, CE 220501115, case address 734 Ardmore Road. This individual has two cases. You're going to call them together?
I can if the magistrate would like me to.
Please do.
Okay. So he's also here for agenda item 18.
Yes. Agenda item 18, CE 190200068, case address 734 Ardmore Road, number 1.
Okay. Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. For agenda item number 16, case number CE 220501115, case address 734 Ardmore Road. This case was originally cited May 10th, 2022. They were cited for demolition done without a permit and required inspections. This went to a special magistrate hearing October 5th of 2022. It was ordered for the fine to start as of November 5th of 2022. That ran for 983 days at $500 a day for a total of $401,000. And this was complied January 16th of 2025. Service in this case was achieved by way of certified mail posting and regular mail. This was done under the same owner, only 2 cases with code enforcement under their ownership magistrate. So the city requests a reduction of this lien to 10%, which will be a total of $40,100. For agenda item number 18, case number CE 190200068, case address of 734 Ardmore Road 1. This case was originally cited February 7th of 2019. They were cited for pest and rodent infestation, a repair of the exterior rear structure, a repair roof of the rear structure, and making the doors and windows on the property window tight and impervious to any type of moisture or water, and toilet fixtures that needed to be fixed within the structure. This went to special magistrate hearing March 20th of 2019. It was ordered for the fine to start as of April 22nd, 2019. That ran for 2,206 days at $100 a day for a total of $221,600, and this was complied May 16th of 2025. Service in this case was also achieved by way of certified mail posting and regular mail. This was done under the previous owner, Magistrate. So the city requests a reduction of this lien also to 10%, which would be a total of $22,160.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Khaled Hamed.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Khaled Hamed.
And what is your position with the owner?
Okay, we purchased this house for my parents' house to bring my parents closer to us. So let me just give you a little bit history behind this property. When we purchased this property, Mr. Edward, the previous owner.
All right, which one are you talking about? Are you talking about 734 Ardman?
Yes, 734 Atmore. So most of those conditions was created by the previous owner. So when we purchased it, we say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna come in and fix it. I even came in and did a resolution with the previous, I have it here, what I paid, I don't know if you can see that, I paid $10,000 to get it cured. So once we start working in the house, we found out that the guest house was totally destroyed. We couldn't get anything. So we went and go ahead and get it's called a discovery permit. So we created a permit to open the walls to find out. That wasn't an easy task to do. When we thought we were gonna fix it, and get it remodeled, one thing comes after the wall, the water was so much, a lot of, what's it called, like termites.
Mr. Kmet, it's not that I disbelieve you. Fundamentally, though, my job isn't to rehear this case, right? The previous magistrate, whoever it was, gave a certain amount of time to come into compliance, and when it wasn't in compliance, it was fined. So under the code of the city of West Palm Beach, which is section 2639, there are very specific things that I can consider in reducing fine, but what I can't consider is relitigating the case again.
I'm not asking to do that, but I just wanted you to understand that I went through a lot of this on this approvals. This is a historic house. It wasn't any easy for me to change any window, anything has to go through several approvals. I have here to show you that we went through 5 different approvals with the historic board. And it wasn't that easy going through. And that was through COVID. Finding an architect, I could show you that we presented the first architect. I wasted $17,000 gone because what we wanted to do is there was 2 lots. So we said, well, let's save that as a yard and have it. So they say no. So not that they didn't say no, there was a pool full of water. I had to empty it. I've been keeping up with the property. There was several nuisances before me in 2018 before I owned it.
I believe this was difficult. What are you asking me for, sir?
Well, I'm asking you really, first of all, with a good faith, I did pay the first resolution. That was $9,000. I have the check cashed here. I don't know if that shows up there, that I had a resolution in place. I can show you that resolution, what I met with, that I already had spent some money in the resolution on, where is it here? So I have the pictures here so you can see. That doesn't show the picture. I made some copies so you can see how when we got to this property, how it was so destroyed that we didn't cause any of the issue.
What are you asking me for?
I'm asking you to consider giving us like lien reduction in this, at least for the administration fees that you guys had accrued.
The city doesn't have that. You have to ask me for a number.
I already paid about $9,000 on this. I'm willing to pay another $9,000 on this.
May I just ask for some clarification? 9,000 for the first property we're discussing?
Yeah, I think we're only talking about 734 Ardmore Road.
Okay, and I'm not understanding what $9,000 was paid beforehand.
Oh, for the resolution to bring the property current and everything, but I couldn't.
Okay.
That's what
okay.
I'm
Thank
looking
you.
for.
Okay, I just didn't know what the $9,000 that was previously paid was in reference.
That wasn't money that was paid to the city. That was money.
Yes, I paid it to the city.
I don't think you paid to the city to renovate the property?
No,
or-
it's like a resolution that goes, okay, this is how much it was. I say, I'm willing to give you 9,000, give me an extra year to work on it. That's what I'm like trying to find.
Does the city have any idea what he's talking about?
No, not at this time, no. Is it a resolution lien as it pertains to utilities?
No, for the properties.
Okay, no.
Do you have any documentation of this $9,000?
I do have a
Can you show it
copy.
to the code officer?
That's what I'm trying to,
I could say that the city does require an applicant to pay any resolution liens, and it does often include utilities. It could require, if the property was boarded and secured or cut and cleaned by city contractors or anything like that, then that also would be part of a resolution lien, or if it was, inspected by.
Well, usually those liens are non-negotiable.
Right, they have to be paid prior
So
to
it has
the
to be
hearing.
paid, so it has nothing to do with the
With
code
this, yeah.
enforcement liens.
and also regarding the permit that adds up to 400,000, that was for not obtaining a permit, but I did have a permit as like electric permit to discover, to open up the walls. But,
Correct. That
but we
was-
missed it, not calling inspection, actually, with Joe Valdez.
So this,
That's why I keep adding up to it.
that was only for the demolition that was performed without the required permit and inspection for the demolition, nothing else.
Correct. But that's what adds up to that $400,000 only for simple getting a
All right,
permit.
well, I mean, I'm
Correct.
not going to
For the-
relitigate
for the
this
demo.
again. The city offered to reduce it to 40. You're asking me to reduce it to 9? What's the city's position on the request to reduce it to 9?
Would you guys mind to share the picture previously that I have here for everyone to see what was it when the condition I got it? So it was kind of impossible for me to get a permit. I didn't know what end to do. Should I get a window permit, roofing permit? So I can show you.
Sir, like I said, I can't read, the time to argue that was when this first came to hearing.
But I couldn't bring it up. I couldn't get an lien reduction because you have to cure the things for me to
The
get an
lien
board.
reduction is not a substantive matter. In other words, I don't go back and decide whether or not this was assessed appropriately or whether the magistrate at the time made a decision, based upon what the condition of the property was. A lien reduction is a very, very specific request that you're here for to reduce the lien, not based on the fact that you didn't do it or you shouldn't have done it, but based upon very specific circumstances in the code, including things like hardship and how long this thing ran and the gravity of the violation. Those are the things I'm supposed to consider. I'm not supposed to reconsider whether or not this was fined appropriately. With all of that said, what's the city's position on his request to reduce it to 9?
I mean, we're talking about two separate liens here, so if we're talking 9,000 total, the city would not accept that offer, magistrate.
So are you asking me to reduce both to 9, or are you asking me are we just dealing with this particular case?
Well, I'm here for both lien reduction. So, well, if one of them it's 9, I could do the other one 4,000. So that equals $12,000 on both. That's in a good faith. Now the job is moving. I'm complying, and it's not like it's been neglected. I have proved that I've been working through all these issues with 5 times I went in front of the board with approvals.
Magistrate, the city would stay at its offer at 10% on both liens, and we will go with whatever your recommendation is on that.
So the city's staying at 40 and 22?
Yes, sir.
And the gentleman's at 9 and 4. Well, that's pretty far apart.
Well, it's 10%, magistrate. I mean, honestly, if you're getting 90% off on a deal, and we're all buying whatever is being sold at 90% off. And that's just the final offer of the city, but the magistrate decides.
I understand, I mean, if you're looking at Parkway as a business decision, I get it. I do understand that the business position, 10% is great, but you got to understand that I've been keeping up for the last 4 years, maintaining it, the pool, pumping it, cleaning it, lawn. That I didn't have any more complaints on the whole neighborhood regarding this, that nuisance, the previous owner wasn't doing anything to it, and it's just having neglected and have the neighborhood. I'm just beautifying the neighborhood, making it better for the West Palm. I also live in the city of West Palm. I'm not like, this is what I see,
All
and
right,
it's not that.
This is what I'm willing to do. I'll reduce the first case 16 to 5%, which would be 20. Yeah, 20.
20,050.
And I'll reduce the second case to 5% as well, which would be 11.
1180.
How much time do you need, sir?
So how much is the whole total on that? Like,
$31 something, right?
Mm-hmm.
31.
You got it. 31,130.
How much time do you need?
How much time can I mean, if that's the bottom.
Just ask. Ask me how much time.
I mean, you think we can get a little bit less than that? I mean,
I already cut, the city cut it down to 10%. I cut it down to 5%. I think you're doing pretty well. But I can give you time. How much time do you need?
A year?
What's the city think about a year?
No objection to that, Magistrate.
All right, I'll give you 1 year. All right, CE 220501115 reduced to 5%. Payable within a year. If it's not paid within that year, it returns the original amount. And CE 190200068 reduced to 5%, payable within 1 year. If it's not paid within that year, it returns the original amount. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Case number 17, CE 19050-343, case address 1400 13th Street.
Go ahead.
Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. Agenda item number 17, case number CE 19050-343, case address of 1400 13th Street. This case was originally cited May 16, 2019. They were cited for inoperative vehicle, obstruction of right-of-way, and overgrowth of the swell of the property. This went to a special magistrate hearing July 17th of 2019. It was ordered for the fine to start as of August 7th, 2019, and that ran for 2,016 days at $100 a day for a total of $201,600, and was complied February 12th of 2025. Service in this case was achieved by way of posting. This was done under the same owner, magistrate, 13 cases with code enforcement under their ownership. So the city does request a reduction of 25% of that lien, which would be $50,400.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Mark Sims.
All right, Mr. Sims, what are you asking me for, and why should I grant it to you?
I would like to pay zero. I would like to not pay anything. I just feel like we were never in violation. I was trying to listen actually to what was the violation, which I was understood that there was a blocking emergency. Car was actually parked, I guess, blocking a fire hydrant maybe.
This is obstruction of the right-of-way, so the sidewalk, basically.
So the car was parked on the sidewalk?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I request that we pay zero because I looked at Google Maps from 2019. I don't see a car parked there at all on the sidewalk or anything like that. Furthermore, I was not living there. I was just appointed the representative of the estate of my mom. And, you know, with everything that I've done to the place from what it was then and to what it is now, it's an improvement, a vast improvement, and an upgrade to the neighborhood. And I just don't see or believe that it was never in violation. And I'm requesting that I pay zero.
So basically, you're telling me you didn't do it, and it's much better now, neither of which are grounds to reduce a fine at all.
Excuse me, I didn't say I didn't do it. I'm saying, based on Google Maps, by me going back in the year of 2019, I don't see a car parked.
So you're saying you reviewed something that said you didn't do it?
I did not do it. I was not a resident of the estate.
I think it's important, everyone in the room, to hear this. I cannot relitigate the original case. Whatever that original magistrate found based upon their evidence is what they found. That is not the reason we have a code enforcement case for reduction of fine. The code has very specific issues related to how I can reduce a fine, but what I cannot do is go back and undecide this. So you've given me no grounds to reduce the fine at all, sir.
I mean, I have pictures of Google Maps showing that there's nothing, I can't show anything like that. Okay. As far as the code enforcement officer, Ms. Valerie Luster, we all know that there was several instances with her. She went above and beyond her job at Call of Duty. Like I said, there was never a car parked there. I'll take the reduction. I would just like to have it reduced to as minimal as possible.
How many cases were on this?
13 in total.
Under the things that I'm supposed to weigh under the code, sir, I'm probably not even supposed to give you what the city's already offered. There's 13 cases on this property. I'm supposed to consider how often this happens. I'm supposed to consider how long it's been out of compliance. None of those weigh in your favor.
Like I said, I'm just a personal representative of the estate. None of these violations happen under my representation of the property. And I just feel like that amount is an extreme amount of money to pay for a violation that I don't even see that was there. I mean, I know that the city did violate, and it did have 13 violations. I'm just asking that the court and the city just reduce the amount of money to a very reasonable amount other than $52,000.
May I inquire if you have an amount? Because that's how it's going to go as far as numbers. We're definitely not going zero. Okay. So do you have an amount that you'd like to offer the city at this point? You said 52, let's go, I don't know, let's go 5,000.
How does the city feel about 5,000? That'd be 10% of what you offered.
Magistrate, given the case history and just quickly reviewing some of these cases, you know, a lot of this stuff was the same violation over and over again, and the city would not accept that offer, Magistrate.
I'll tell you what I'm willing to do. I'll reduce what the city offered in half. So instead of 50,000, I'll reduce it to 20. In fact, I'll reduce it to 25,000 even. How much time do you need, sir?
Give me a year.
All right, 25,000 payable within 1 year where it returns to the original amount. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Case number 19, CE 220-80369, case address 716 7th Street.
Just, let's do the introduction first, and then you can pass me any files you have.
Okay.
All right. Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. Agenda item number 19, case number CE 220-80369, case address of 716 7th Street. This case was originally cited August 22nd of 2022. They were cited for overgrowth, trash and debris, landscape, yard and swell overgrown, garbage can placement, securing of the rear open door, making it weather tight as well, and fencing on the property that need to be repaired. This went to a special magistrate hearing October 5th of 2022, and it was ordered for the fine to start as of November 7th, 2022. That ran for 854 days at $100 a day for a total of $85,400 and was complied March 10th of 2025. Service in this case was achieved by way of posting. This was done under the same owner, 8 cases with code enforcement under their ownership. Magistrate, so the city requests a reduction to 25% of that lien, which would be $21,350.
Thank you. Sir, can you tell me your name and what you're asking me for and why I should grant it to you?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Eduardo Versalovich, and I am the owner of 7167 7th Street in West Palm Beach. I would like to express something that is going on about this problem, because I have this problem for the last 12 years. Is it possible for me to explain? Yes? Okay.
Go ahead.
I would like to pass these papers to you.
You can show it to the officer and the city attorney.
May I inquire what the documentation
Someone will
is
be reading that.
before?
What is it that you want to show us, sir?
Well, I have some proofs about what is really happening in this situation, because since I got this house, sir, in the year 2012, I have this problem with the neighbor that they were throwing garbage in my land, in my sidewalk, in my yard, and I keep fighting with everybody. So I would like to go step by step explaining about this situation, and I was claiming this to the authorities too. So if you let me begin, can I start it?
Part of the problem is that it sounds, boy, this seems to be my thing today. I can't read this. I mean, it sounds like what you're trying to do is argue that you probably shouldn't have been cited the first time because it wasn't your fault. But that's not my job today. That was the original magistrate. That was the argument that you should have made at the time that you were cited for the property.
Yes, I try to explain this so many times to code enforcement, to the police, to the waste collection, to everybody else. Unfortunately, I didn't have much luck with all the authorities. But one day, I was really upset with everything that it was happening, so I decided to come to code enforcement and to speak with the manager.
So
And
hold
the
on one
manager
second
in that day, it was Mr.
one second
Mitch.
before we get any further. Does the city object to these documents?
I don't think, yes, we would object. They're not relevant to the lien reduction process. I don't know what the relevance is. It seems like those are in fact the code violations that are at issue, which cannot be relitigated here.
I'm sorry, the important part is that the code enforcement knows that the neighbor throws the garbage in my sidewalk. They have been taken to court in the year 22 in September, 1 month after I got the penalty or the fine. They knew about this thing. And the manager from code enforcement told me not to worry about anymore because these people is being taken to court to settle this problem, because this problem is not only in his land.
All
it's
right,
also
I'm
in
gonna take it as given that you're telling me is true, that your neighbors have contributed to the problem by throwing trash on here. You were cited for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different code sections, not all of them dealing with trash.
Yes, but it's not only the situation, sir, that the trash and the garbage cans that they put it in front of in my house. The problem is also that they throw garbage in my yard. That I fight all the time with the neighbors, telling them not to do it. I spoke with the authorities. I came to the code enforcement. I told them I was on top of this situation for 10 years, trying to fix this problem because I was cleaning all the time this spot. I cleaned it, I don't know how many times, sir. I even cut myself with a can. I got infected my arm. I'm okay now, it's fine. I'm not doing anything about that. But I'm trying to tell you that if I have this fine, it's because of the neighbor that is doing
but
all
this is
this
more,
stuff.
I mean, even if I accept the issue of relitigating this, which I really can't, but even if I did, there's other things on here, excessive growth, overgrowth, there's building conditions, there's a fence issue. I mean, this is not a one thing about trash.
Yes, sir, but these are small things that the inspector is saying.
All right,
I guess
what are you asking me?
Put it that way because of.
All right, I think we've exhausted this.
30, all over.
What are you asking me for, sir?
Sir, I'm sorry I am so nervous, but I have to tell
That's
you.
all right, don't be nervous. Just tell me what you're asking me for.
I have been trying to have my house the best way I can. I try to fix everything, put it nice, because this is a historic place.
I heard you,
What's
sir,
a number, sir, as to how much you are asking to pay the city? How much are you wanting to pay the
I
city?
can pay maybe $1,000. I am out of business. I have this house for renting. I cannot rent because people doesn't want to fight all the time with the neighbors. My people, they leave all the time, and I can only maybe pay $1,000. But I would like also if the court can do something so they can warn the people so they can stop doing this thing, because I cannot keep going with this all the time. I am so many years doing this, trying to make understand the authorities that this thing cannot keep going.
All right, well, we're not a court, just a special magistrate. And if you have an issue with your neighbor, I sincerely suggest that you contact the police, not me. I don't do jail or anything like that. I just do code enforcement. What I'm willing to do is I'll reduce it to 10%, which would be $8,500, and I can give you time to pay that. How much time do you need, sir?
Since I have no job, because I'm 62, I just got here to the country 3 years ago. The only thing I have for living is these 2 houses that I have, and I cannot rent this other one because of this problem. I appreciate it if the court can help me with this payment. I can pay something, but please don't make me pay that much money. I really don't have it. I really appreciate it if you can understand this. I really try to have my house very nice. Right now, it's very, very nice, the house. And
honestly, sir, I'm trying to do the best I can for you. You walked in here with $85,000. The city offered to reduce it to $21,000. I'm reducing it to $8,500.
Please, sir, I don't have money. I really don't.
How much time would you need to pay it? A year, sir?
Yes, for sure.
Thank you.
Maybe a little bit more, but if you can reduce it, I really appreciate it. I really work a lot in the house, miss, and I try to do my best, but sometimes we cannot do everything.
The reason that I'm reducing it as much as I have, and that I'm reducing it considerably more than the city wanted to do. I appreciate it. I'm trying to help you.
Thank you, sir. I understand.
All right, I'm going to reduce it to $8,500 payable within 1 year.
And this money I have to pay every month, or I have to pay?
You don't. You just have to pay it within a year.
Within a year.
Good luck, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Case number 20, CE 0904057, case address 419 30th Street. This individual has 3 other cases for lien reduction today. Case 21, CE 090-90062, case address 419 30th Street, and case number 22, CE 07060027, case address 419 30th Street.
Would you like to hear them all at the same time, Magistrate? Put them on the record.
This is all the same property?
Correct. Same address, different code cases.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. For agenda item number 20, case number CE 090-40577, case address 419 30th Street. This case was originally cited April 29th, 2009. They were cited for a failed inspection due to trash and debris, overgrowth of the yard of the property, and this was a repeat violation for case number CE 090-11138. This went to a special magistrate hearing June 17th of 2009. It was ordered for the fine to start as of April 28th, 2009. That ran for 17 days at $75 a day for a total of $1,275. This was complied May 15th, 2009. Service in this case was achieved by way of posting. This was done under the previous owner, magistrate, so the city requests a reduction of 15% of that, which would be a total of $200. Agenda item number 21, case number CE 090-90062. This case was originally cited September 2nd of 2009. They were cited for trash and debris, overgrowth, and also was a repeat violation for case number CE 090-1138 and case number 090-40577. Excuse me. This went to a special magistrate hearing October 21st, 2009. It was ordered for the fine to start as of September 2nd of 2009. That ran for 35 days at $125 a day for a total of $4,375 and was complied October 7th of 2009. Service in this case was also achieved by way of posting. Also done under the previous owner, so the city requests a reduction of this fine, magistrate, of 15%, which would be a total of $700. Agenda item number 22, case number CE 07060027. Again, case address of 419 30th Street. This case was originally cited June 1st, 2007. They were cited for inspections failed due to overgrowth, exterior walls, and windows and doors needing to be made weather tight on the structure. This went to a special magistrate hearing August 1st, 2007, and was ordered for the fine to start as of August 4th, 2008. This ran for 1,837 days at $25 a day, for a total of $45,925, and this was complied as of August 15th of 2013. Service in this case was achieved by way of posting as well. This was also done under the previous owner, magistrate. City requests a reduction of 15% of that lien, which will be a total of $6,888.75.
Sir, can you tell me your name and what you're requesting and why I should grant it to you?
Yes, my name is Paul Krasker, attorney representing the applicants Sarah Zapata and William Sarney, who's here today.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm asking that the liens be reduced not to the 15%, but to 5%. I would like to explain the hardship that this has put my client under. My client purchased the property several years ago. At the time, they obtained title insurance, where the title company told them this matter had been resolved fully and that they would receive coverage over this matter. My understanding is that the inspections were done in 2013. The case was cleared to bring this to a special magistrate hearing, and simply nobody ever did. My client's been in full compliance. It's been confirmed by code enforcement. There's substantial liens that just should never have been running up. So we feel it's fair for my client to pay a nominal expense. We're not arguing that these code enforcements didn't exist, but we're arguing that the title on their acquisition, and they've also refinanced, seems to not show these liens whatsoever. So they were unaware of it until I was representing them in a sale, and my title company found these old liens still outstanding. We don't know whether they were paid in full and the city's accounting department did not register them properly or never recorded a satisfaction. We've asked a couple of times and got no response. But we're here, instead of litigating with a title company and instead of fighting with the finance department, to ask for a reasonable lien reduction and be able to put this to bed once and for all.
Sounds like your issue, sir, is with the title company, no?
It may be, and we'd certainly talk to them about whatever reduction amount there is, but before we get there, we need to go through the special magistrate process. And again, there were no active violations from the time period of my client's ownership, and they really didn't have any knowledge of this matter. So it would be a tremendous hardship for them to end up paying anything significant towards this.
So the city offered 15 and you're asking for 5?
Yes, Your Magistrate.
What's the city's view on the 5?
The city is not clear as to the hardship, given that it's a title company's apparent mishap or so. I'm not hearing.
That would mean
not to cut Marcus off, but I'm not hearing a hardship based on the error of your title company.
That would maintain that I would have to file a suit against that title company, and in all likelihood, the legal cost and expense to do that would be more than what the special magistrate is offering, and we're trying to simplify this world.
It's up to you, Marcus.
Project something also. 2 of these cases are repeat cases, and I hate to see those reduced at all. So I think 85% is wildly generous. I mean, $200 and $700. I mean, for a repeat, those probably shouldn't be reduced at all, really. But I mean, that's a generous offer.
All right, what I'll do in this case, 2, 3, 4. In case 20, I'll reduce it to $200. How much time do you need?
Can I answer after I get the third?
Yeah. I'll reduce 20 to 30. For 20, I'll reduce it to the city's request at $200. For 21, I'll reduce it to the city's request at $700. For 22, I'll reduce it to 10% at $4,592.
Okay.
How much time do you need?
5 days, please.
Done.
Thank you.
We are now in case number 23, CE 2210036, case address 4183 North Haverhill Road, number 703.
Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. Agenda item number 23, case number CE 2210036, case address of 4183 North Haverhill Road, Unit 703. This case was originally cited October 24th, 2022. They were cited for failure to obtain a rental license and certificate of use. This went to a special magistrate hearing January 18th, 2023, and was ordered for the fine to start as of February 21st, 2023. That ran for 62 days at $200 a day for a total of $12,400 and was complied April 24th of 2023. Service in this case was achieved by certified mail as well as regular mail. This was done under the same owner, 3 cases with code enforcement under their ownership magistrate. So the city requests a reduction to 25% of that lien, which will be a total of $3,100.
Sir, can you tell me your name, what you're requesting, and why I should grant it to you?
Yes, good afternoon, Your Magistrate. My name is Kevin Richards. I'm an attorney and I appear.
I'm sorry, your name one more time, a little slower?
Sorry, Kevin Richards.
Tim Richards? Okay, Mr. Richards.
I'm appearing today on behalf of the property owners.
Are you an attorney, sir?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's in connection with the lien reduction regarding the subject property. So essentially, Your Honor, the property is in full compliance at this time with all applicable city code requirements.
They all are, otherwise you wouldn't be here.
Oh, Your Honor, the property owners, they obtained all the required business tax receipts. There was one for certificate of use and another one for the lessor of single-family condo townhouse category. And those permits, they were issued on July 31st of 2023. And they're paid in full, and they're valid through 2026 as well. There's no open violations or balances that remain, and the city has verified that the property is in compliance in terms of those business taxes.
I generally know that on all these cases, Mr. Richards, because it's required in the code that in order to even request a fine reduction, you have to be in compliance.
I understand. However, the delay in resolving the violation, it was specifically due to and we attached, tax receipts between the tenant and the property owners regarding the property at the time. The tenants repeatedly restricted access to the property, and although the property owners, they tried and they had the due diligence to go through and try and resolve the issue, it unfortunately didn't come to fruition until a couple months afterwards in July. And because of that, we're essentially requesting that the reduction of the lien to just a nominal fee, $100, or such lower amount that the city finds appropriate.
I find the city's offer pretty appropriate. I'll take the $100 off to make it even, but I'll reduce it to $3,000. How much time do you need?
Can we take at least 3 months?
90 days, $3,000. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I think we got one more.
Yes, sir.
Case 24, CE 150-30529, case address 401 South Chillingworth Drive.
Yes, ma'am.
It's the last one, so if you're here for one, this has got to be it.
Correct, 401 South Chilling Drive Road.
All right, Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. For agenda item number 24, case number CE 150-30529, case address of 401 South Chillingworth Drive. This case was originally cited March 24th of 2015. They were cited for prohibited vehicle, inoperative vehicle, obstruction of the public right-of-way, and outdoor storage. This case went to a special magistrate June 3rd of 2015. It was ordered for the fine to start as of July 4th of 2015. This ran for 3,526 days at $100 a day for a total of $352,600 and was complied February 27th of 2025. Service in this case was achieved by way of posting. This was done under the same owner, magistrate, 21 cases with code enforcement under their ownership. So the city does request a reduction of 25% of that lien, which will be a total of $88,150.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name and what you're asking me for?
My name is Florence March Johnson, and I'm the representative of the seller.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Florence March -Johnson. March like the month. I'm a representative of the seller.
Are you an attorney, ma'am?
I'm a realtor.
Put you in a tough one here, huh?
Yeah, that's my listing. So I'm just gonna read what I came up with. Obviously, I'm not, any kind of expert, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but pursuant to Florida statute 162.092 in the city of West Palm Beach, chapter 26, article 2, ordinance, I think it's 4840-19, that officially empowers the special magistrate to reduce or eliminate liens and fees. I respectfully request a reduction in the code enforcement fines associated with 401 South Chillenworth Drive, West Palm Beach, Florida, 33409. At the time of the violation, the property owner resided out of the state and was unaware of the occurring fines. Upon becoming aware of the issue, the owner took immediate action to bring the property into full compliance. We are seeking a fair and equitable resolution under the city's discretionary authority to reduce fines in the cases involving mitigating circumstances. We would like to reduce the fine to $1,000. We were made aware of the fine on February 20th by the title company once we went under contract. We applied for a reduction remedy immediately after researching how to apply. That was on March 3rd for the first time, and we acted actively and continuously the entire time after we were notified of the lien's existence to comply and clear any offense. That's all.
Well, that was very well read. Unfortunately, the factors here are not great for your client. 10 years is a long time.
Yeah, she just wasn't aware. Her husband had tenants there. They live in Georgia. She lives in Georgia. She just was unaware totally. We only found out when they ran the title search.
You got 10 years and 21 cases, both of which are things that I'm supposed to weigh in the reduction of a fine.
I understand.
The city's actually offered to reduce it from $352,000 to $88,000. That's actually, considering the factors here, that's not a terrible offer by the city. I can't get anywhere near 1,000. Can you? You got to give me a number I could actually give you.
Is there any way I can contact the seller, because that's the person that's going to pay you?
Contact the seller, I'm sorry, contact the seller.
Can I
you're not able to, on behalf of the seller, negotiate an
yes, that was the amount that she gave me.
The city is rejecting that amount
I
strenuously.
No, I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying, but $88,000, I don't know if I could say yes to that, is what I'm saying.
I mean, what I can do is I can table
I
this.
can just can I just text her? No.
And we're in a hearing.
Yeah.
And
okay.
We've been here since
I'm not gonna.
I didn't know. Yeah, I understand. I didn't realize it was going to be that high. I didn't get that.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna table this. I'm gonna give you time to go talk to your client and negotiate with the city. If you guys can't reach a number that you agree with, bring it back next month, and I'll deal with it.
No. We can't. We don't want to bring it back next month. I don't want to bring it back next month because we're under contract. We have to.
I'll take a little off what the city offered. I'll reduce it from 88 to 50, but that's where I'm going to go on this one. 21 cases in 10 years is a long time.
I understand. All right. I understand. I didn't realize it wasn't. Okay.
What was the time frame, Magistrate?
30 days. Do you need longer than that? If you're doing a closing, you probably. How much do you need?
Like 3 months.
All right, 90 days. I think that's it, right?
That's it, yes, sir.
All right, seeing no further business before us, we are adjourned.
Thank you, sir.